everybody, it's me, Stacey, here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and hello. It is time for Saturday with Stacey, YouTube number 259, and this is a wowzer YouTube. It's a wowzer. I promise I'm going to start off simple and we're going to get more difficult as we go along, but we are going to be using Stacey tape, we're going to be using glitter, we're going to be using foils, we're going to be using Tombow markers, we're going to be using marabou crayons. It's a wowzer. And what I'm hoping is that a good portion of these things that I show you, you may already have in your stash. Like you may already have a few Tombow markers. Woohoo! You're going to be able to do what I'm doing. You may already have a few marabou crayons. Woohoo! You're going to be able to do what I'm doing. You may already have Stacey tape. Woohoo! Of course, it doesn't have to be Stacey tape. It can be Sukwang tape will work just as well. But woohoo! You may already have that. You may not own a Go Press and Foil machine, and therefore you're like, oh, but it requires foiling. Wait, I've got something for you too. When you don't own a Go Press and Foil machine, woohoo! But what is unique about this YouTube is the foiling plates, because they are exclusive to Scrapbooking Made Simple in the United States. There is nobody else who will ever have any of these couture creation foiling plates in the United States. We're the only company that will ever have them. And we only have so many of them to sell. So I wanted to take a YouTube and show you how you can use the foiling plates and not foil with them at all. If you don't own a Go Press and Foil, that's okay. Wait till you see what we do with them. And if you do own a Go Press and Foil, well, you'll be able to do all of it. And the exciting news is that we're able to bring these plates to you, these Couture Creations plates to you, not only exclusively, but for a really, really good price. Thank you, Aussie Andrew. Love you. So I have got lots to show you. This definitely is a technique-based YouTube, full of technique, chock full of technique. So if you need to pause me, this is my pause face. I'm not gonna blink. If you need to pause me, do it now. And grab a piece of paper and pencil and take notes, or if you do decide to place an order, easy peasy, go to the note section of your order as you're placing it and just write in YouTube number 259. That will transfer to your packing slip when you get your order, and then you'll know, oh, YouTube number 259. Ooh. Now, I have winner chicken dinner to talk about, and I've got some pretty cool prizes to give away for this YouTube. But first I want to tell you a little bit about our website, because I think over the next month or so it's going to be changing a wee bit. Right now we have a very simple website, and that's because websites can be very expensive anyway. So it's pretty simple. And when you place an order with us online, there's only you either get one of two emails. One, thank you for your order. Your order is now requiring payment. You chose the pay later option. We'll be sending you an invoice. Or two, thank you very much for your order. Your order has been paid for. And when you get those emails, your order changes. Either it's awaiting payment or it's awaiting fulfillment. And I think it's important that you know that if you pay for your order at the time you check out, you're choosing to pay for that order. Thank you very much. We don't see any of your information. We don't see your credit card information. None of it. Scrapbooking Made Simple, while our website might be pretty basic, our security level is not. In fact, we have a company that does a scan on our security for our website every single month. And I don't know when they're going to do it, and they don't tell me when they're going to do it, and I get an email after it's done saying whether we've passed or failed, so that we stay compliant for credit card processing and all kinds of security issues. So we've been doing that for 3 years now, and we've never failed. Oh, thank goodness. I don't know what I would do if I got an email that said that we failed the security scan. I think I would have heart palpitations, but we've never failed. So there's a few changes that are going to happen. I wanted to give you more options as to well, at least you can see as the order is progressing, because right now, if you're a pay later, we're going to send you an invoice, you're going to pay that invoice, and then you get moved to awaiting fulfillment. And if you're a pay now, you're already at awaiting fulfillment, and it stays there until we ship it. Stays there, stays in awaiting fulfillment for forever until we ship. Once we ship, then it goes to shipped, and you get your email and your tracking number and all of that goodness. We're going to try to update that a little bit. So if you are choosing to pay later, you're still going to stay at awaiting payment. And if you are going to pay now, instead of going to awaiting fulfillment, we're going to change it to payment received, so that you know we've received your payment. Now, the way we do things here at Scrapbooking Made Simple is we take the days up as a solid day. So it doesn't matter if you pay now or you pay later. When that day goes upstairs to be fulfilled, the entire stack, the entire day goes upstairs to be fulfilled. And so all those pay laters, they only have a certain amount of time to get their payment. And once we've sent the invoice, we can't wait forever, because we're ready to take those other orders up. So we give you 3 days, and then we take all the orders upstairs. At that point, your payment received then is going to hopefully move into, fingers crossed, being fulfilled. And then when quality control is done, because your order has to be, the items have to be pulled, and then they get pulled into a master box, and then they get picked for each order, and then they go to quality control, and there's all sorts of steps. Once it goes past quality control, we're hoping that we can take and show you, okay, your order is now going to shipping, awaiting shipping, and then shipped. So if you're a pay later type of person, your status may be a pay later, and then payment received, and then in fulfillment, and then ready to ship, and then shipped, so that you'll be able to see the different steps, as opposed to right now we have awaiting payment, awaiting fulfillment, and shipped. I'm not sure how long it's going to take us to implement all of this, and I'm sure there's going to be a few little hiccups. You might get a couple emails that you're not supposed to get. I'm trying to avoid that, saying that your order is now awaiting payment, or your order. We're trying to avoid all of that, but I just wanted you to know that there hopefully will be a change to give you more information, because I know that's what you want. It takes time and money to implement these things. So this is one of the things that has been on my wish list, and I'm hoping to get it done for me and for you and for the SMS staff, because then if you have more information, you can see the progression of what's happening, and that's important. I just couldn't afford it. But now I'm hoping that we've saved and we can. And that's kind of how things get done to the website. We save for them, and then we do them. And then we save for the next thing we really want, and then we do them. So I just wanted to give you that heads up. You may be seeing a few changes over the next month or so. Now, on to Winner Winner Chicken Dinner from the last YouTube, which was 258, which was the Stampendous bundle. Weren't they beautiful? I know those little plastic bags didn't do them justice at all, but the minute the samples came on camera, right? I mean, it was a totally different feel and look. It's like that plastic, those stamps in that plastic bag made those cards. Yes, they did. So I have 2 winners. And I'm not sure which Stampendous bundle you're going to get, but you're going to get one of the 3 bundles, and we're going to send you a Nuvo glitter, so that you can start right away with it. Are you ready? If you are Scott Pegg, hello. I don't know if you can see this or if it's zooming in. I think it's trying to zoom in. Scott Pegg, congratulations, you're a winner chicken dinner here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. You know what the deal is. You're a winner, chicken dinner, you're a winner, but you're not alone. Who's with you? Laura Tracy. Congratulations, Laura Tracy. Don't know if that's zooming in or not. See, I have to scrunch my nose to see. But you also are a winner chicken dinner peep here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, so that means you too have to do the happy dance. You're a winner, chicken dinner, you're a winner, chicken dinner. So congratulations to Scott Pegg and to Laura Tracy. Kind of like these names. I could pronounce them without any problem. How do you claim your prizes? So easy peasy. Go to scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Look for the link that says winner, winner, chicken dinner. Follow the directions. We will confirm that you are indeed a prize winner, and then we'll get them right out to you just as quickly as possible. So you have 30 days from the date the first airing of this YouTube, which is on a Saturday. You've got 30 days to claim your prize. If we don't hear from you, your prize goes into the land of misfit prizes. And we use them for our anniversary sale because we give away 100 prizes during our anniversary sale to online customers, YouTube followers. All right, I'm going to put those aside right now. I'm also going to tell you a little bit about the prizes that we have for you today. They're from Go Press and Foil, and they are very exclusive. So exclusive that I pretty much took them from their booth last time I saw them because I wanted them so badly. The girls in their booth were wearing them, and they were so stinking cute. And I said, well, where's mine? And and they said, oh, we have one for you, Stacey. And I said, oh, great. How many more you got? And so they went through and I claimed a few of them. I think I literally took them off the Couture Creations staff at the end of the show. I said, oh, we'll be taking those home with us. Yes. So I am able to offer up aprons that were done specifically for Couture Creations and the Go Press and Foil. And they're done in glitter, and it says Go Press and Foil at the top. And I think this one says, she who has the most toys wins, or the most tools. She who has the most tools wins. And it's all done, I don't know if you can see the glitter, but it's all done in glitter. And it's the super cute black apron. Darling black apron. So we've got that one. And no two were alike. And then I also was able to find this one in my suitcase before I left the show. Go Press and Foil at the top. And it says, I can totally foil that, right? Totally foil that. Now, these were made specifically for the Go Press and Foil girls and the Couture Creation girls, and they were kind enough to give them up to me at the last show that I saw them at, which I'm so very thankful, but I can't keep them. Anything that were given by a manufacturer, we then turn around and give away. So my SMS girls wanted these too, and they don't get to have them unless you post a comment and you win. Good luck, SMS girls. Although, isn't that like you're supposed to put a stipulation, no employees or family members of employees can enter to win the contest? Okay, so are you I can totally foil that girl or guy? Or are you she who has the most tools wins? You post the one you would want to win on this YouTube, and we will pick a winner for each. And a big thank you, because I'd like to thank Andrew for these, but really it was the girls, his staff, that made them possible, because like I said, I kind of just said, oh please, and they were so kind to literally take them off and give them to me. Okay, so today we have got glittering, we've got foiling, we've got kind of like a stamping, we've got coloring, a lot to do. I'm going to tilt on down, I'm going to get started, and it is good to see you. Down we go. Let me turn these around. Down we go. And let's see if I can zoom in. And then down a little bit more, and then zoom in a little bit more. I don't know how I did last week with holding things back a little ways so you could see them better, but I tried. So here is what we've got going on downstairs. What do we think? This has been foiled on glitter. Oh, wait till you see. Then we have this one. So downstairs, during our Saturday make and take, this is what the girls are making. Hope you liked it, girls, and a few guys. But this is definitely a technique, and I wasn't even sure it was going to work. So we're gonna get to this, but we're gonna start a little bit more simple. and I'm gonna show you. We're gonna play with the butterfly, and it is part of the Couture Creations collection of their hot foil stamps. There's the butterfly. There is, gosh, I want to say maybe 12 or 13 in the collection that we have for you. Again, this is exclusive at Scrapbooking Made Simple. Nobody else in the United States will have these plates, and when we're sold out, we're sold out. It is not a flash sale, but they are going to be at 30% off. It's not a flash sale, so it's not a ships when it ships, but they are going to be at 30% off. And we're thankful to have them, but when they are gone, they are gone. So because they're never going to come around again, I did want to show you a couple different ways of using them. So here's my butterfly, and I'm going to start by using it as a stamp, not a foil plate, but a stamp. So to do that, I'm going to be using my Big Shot machine, my Memento ink. Turn it around, Stacey. My Memento ink, and then we're going to color it. But I want to show you how you can take any of the plates, the foil plates, and not only use them to foil, but use them to do a stamped image in case you don't have a Go Press and Foil, or maybe you didn't want to foil. Maybe you wanted to do something else with it. So first things first, got a piece of paper. First things first, I'm going to ink this up with my Memento ink. Why am I using Memento ink? Because I'm going to then color this when it's all done. I feel like, do I need to? I don't know. I feel like the camera's in an odd place, because maybe I need to go up a little or down a little. I don't know, Stacey. I should have left it where it was, right? I'm just going to go with it. Okay, so I'm going to ink it up. And because it's metal, it's laying right on the top. Make sure you get all your spaces nice and inked up. And I'm going to bring over my Big Shot machine. Now, I have got my multi-purpose platform here. Maybe it just seems really dark. Is it dark to you guys? I don't know. Oh, look at that. I don't know. Did that just lighten up? It just seems dark. So I've got my multi-purpose platform here from my Sizzix Big Shot machine, and I'm going to keep this multi-purpose platform completely closed. Now, it doesn't matter if you have the small version or the long version. It's going to work. You're going to do the exact same thing I'm doing regardless of the size of the multi-purpose platform that you have. I have got my lovely little butterfly, and I'm going to put down my Do Not Cut plate. And I'm going to put my butterfly right on top of it. Now, if you don't want to get your hands dirty, you could take it and ink it while it's on your multi-purpose platform. Up to you. I just want to get it nice and black. Now, what I do want to tell you is that putting it on, normally we were die cutting and we'd put our paper on, and then we'd put our top plate on, and we'd send it on through. This time what I want you to do is I want you to pick up your entire multi-purpose platform, and I want you to stick it right in as if you're getting ready to die cut. Notice I haven't put my clear plate on, my cut plate on the top, and there's a reason for that. If I put my paper on right now, and I put my cut plate on here, well, let's just do it, and let's say my cut plate, I don't center it, and I kind of have it off to the side, and then I realize, oh, it's off to the side, I have to move it. Well, every time I move it, I'm going against ink. And that means I'm going to smear. We're not trying to smear here. We are trying to have a nice clean stamp. So I'm going to take one of my little wipies. I'm going to wipe some of the ink off because I smeared it right onto my plate. I'm going to re-ink. Make sure I get my whole plate. That looks good. I have a little bit of black ink up here. I'm just going to wipe that right off. I'm going to line it up. Let me grab another piece of paper. Now I'm going to put my paper right on top, and I'm going to leave it there. Then I'm going to take my cut plate, and I'm going to put my cut plate right underneath, and I'm not dropping it down. Can you see I've got my finger there? I'm not dropping it down. I'm not laying it down yet. I want to make sure that I am nice and centered, so I'm going to go ahead and let it start to feed into my Big Shot machine, and it's going to start to crimp down on my finger as it tightens up. Then I pull my finger out. And this way I know I haven't moved my stamp, because that's what I'm doing. I'm making a stamp out of this. One roll through, more than enough. And let's see what we got. So I must have had a little ink still on my platform, but that's okay. Look at that image. Nice and clean and crisp and clear. So really quickly, let's do that one more time, because I really want you to see how my fingers are, because it's kind of important. Another piece of white paper. Let's ink, ink, ink. See, I've got black there. I'm better with it in my hands. But then you do get black on your hands. So you kind of have to decide which you'd prefer. I'm going to lay it down. I'm going to get rid of that little black. See, I missed that little space right there. Okay. I'm going to move it to the side, get rid of all that black, put it back up, take my paper, and again, my multi-purpose platform is completely closed. Take my paper, drop my paper right on it. And now I'm not going to put my clear plate, my cut plate, right on top of it and drop it down. I'm going to feed it in and start to roll. And as it starts to cinch down on my finger, so there it's open, now it's cinching, then I know when I drop it, when I let it go, it's not going to move. Everything is nicely lined up and it's not going to move. And then I can roll it on through. And let's see how we did. You just get into the habit of doing that. It becomes very simple. Oh yeah. Lovely. So I just turned my lovely little foil plate for my Go Press and Foil into a lovely little stamp. Right? All I did was ink it with my Memento. Now, why did I ink it with Memento ink? Okay, and it may cut through a little bit on the back. Don't worry about it. No big deal. Easy peasy. So why did I ink it with Memento? Well, because Memento doesn't move with water, and we're going to be playing with water today. Now, I said I wanted to show you a way to use those plates without having to have a Go Press and Foil. And now I've got two opportunities to color these. How am I going to do it? Well, I've got a couple different options. I can use my Tombow markers, and I think that's where I'm going to start. And again, I've got a couple different options on how I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you the more time-consuming way first, and then I'm going to show you the I don't have time for that, Stacey, are you kidding me method. The, oh yeah, I don't know who you're kidding. I actually have to, make dinner and the laundry and go to work, and then there's Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, and did I mention Pop Warner football? And so I'm going to show you the way when all the kids are doing their homework, and you have, or grandkids are doing their homework, and or you just happen to have time to yourself to color it really nice. And then I'm going to show you the super, super fast way. So to do it super nice, couple different options. You can put your Tombow marker right onto your craft mat, grab a little bit of water and go in there, add your water until you get to a color that you're happy with. And I always like to start with a light color and then build my color. And you will see me do this a lot. When I do that, I'm wiping the color off and allowing my brush to have less of it in there. So I'm going to take and I'm going to color right in here. And oh, it is super light. Super light. And let's do the other side. Super light with my Tombow. So I just made a paint. I'm just doing a palette paint. Did you see? I wiped my color off because really I don't want to add more color. I just kind of want to move it around. I'm going to put my color on. Okay, so that's the true color of the marker, and you can see how light I made it. And you're like, well, that's nice. Okay, but who wants just one color? I totally agree. Let's say you want to add a little bit of darker color to it. You can do a few things. You can just pull up a little more red and use very, very little water to it. And put that in the shadow. See, and I'm wiping it out because I've got enough in there. And kind of pull that color on out. And in there, a little bit, very little, and on a brush that is not very wet so that you get that really beautiful, intense color. And then you just kind of pull it on out. A little more on this side. Let's kind of pull it on out. And now look at what I've got. Oh, doesn't that look better already? Right? But what if I want to add more than one color? All right, well, let's get some yellow going. I think my yellow's got red in it. Oh yeah, sure does. Okay, let's get some more yellow going. It looks like it's got a little red in my yellow, but that's okay. Let's get it really wet. Add some more water, get it really wet, and by adding that water, I'm lightening that color. And let's go and do some light yellow in here. Super fast. Too much water. Light yellow in here. So now I've added just some light yellow. But remember, I said I wanted to do another color, right? So I can come back in and grab that red. And put that deep red. Oh, I want it even darker than that. Put that deep red down there. Wipe off my brush because I've got enough red on there. And then just kind of pull that color out. A little bit of water to help pull that color out. Kind of blend them together. Okay, I think that's good on that side. And now let's do this side. Little bit of red just down at the bottom, and then a little bit of water, just a little bit of water, just to help move that color and blend that color into the yellow. Okay, I know it looks difficult, but it really isn't. Let's take this yellow again. And I'm just going to fill in this really big space with my yellow. So I'm just filling in this really big space of the butterfly with my yellow. But now I want to add a little more red to it. all I'm doing is picking up with my paintbrush, and I haven't even dipped it off because I'm playing in the yellow anyway. I'm picking up a little bit of paint, putting it just in the corners. Can you see how little I put in there? Just in the corners. Then I'm taking and cleaning my paintbrush off a little bit, adding a little bit of water, so then I can pull that red and kind of blend it into that yellow. A little bit more. And just blend it together. And if I want to add a little more yellow to bring that yellow back in a little bit, I can. It's up to you. Make that really nice and deep yellow down there. Okay, so let's do it on. So that's where I am right now. So I did that. Now I'm going to do this one. And just a little bit of water just so I can pick up a little bit of my red. Put a little bit in my corners. A little bit in my corners. And then wipe off my brush and kind of blend it in and get it moving. And if you need to add a little bit more to get it moving, to blend it, add a little bit more red. Ooh, that was a lot. Okay, that works. Pick up a little bit of my yellow, come back in over the top with a little bit of my yellow. And you can see that because I used my Memento ink, my black hasn't moved at all, which is important. We don't want the black to move. We don't want it to smear. You can't just use any black ink to add water. Ooh, that's looking really good. Okay, so this is you have nothing but time on your hands to sit there and color and paint method. This is, you know, I'm here all day. I'm sitting by the by the garden and the kids are playing and I can just do my thing, or grandkids have left for the weekend. Whew. they were exhausting, so now I need to decompress time, and you can just sit here and do this. Or wahoo kachoo, I just retired and now I have time to sit here and do nothing but play all day. And here you go. So I played with the bottom. But now there's the other side of, okay, there was Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts and football and soccer and piano lessons, and somewhere in there I got to get dinner done, and then there's laundry, and the first day of school is almost here. So let's talk about those of you like that. Same similar technique, only a whole lot faster. Are you ready? I'm going to take my yellow marker, scribble it right onto my craft mat. I'm going to add my water to make a soft yellow. Empty that out, add more water. I want to make a soft yellow. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to paint the whole thing. I'm just going to paint it all. Painting the whole thing yellow. I'm going over the lines. My ink's not bleeding. But I'm just going to paint this whole thing yellow. Because as much as I'd like to go back and add the colors in and take it, the butterfly piece by piece on the wing, I'd also like to finish today. So I colored the whole butterfly yellow. And you're going to say, oh, but I like down there so much better, Stacey. I agree, I do too. So let's kind of do this only in a little bit faster method. Now I'm going to take that same yellow marker and put it right back down again. And I'm going to add a little bit of water. Not a lot, but a little bit of water. I'm not going to dilute it as much. And I can go in there and darken it up where I want to darken it up. So let's darken some of this up and let's pull it in together and blend them together. Because I'm using the same exact pin, you know the color's going to work because it's the same color. It's just the intensity, the saturation of the color that I'm changing by adding less water. And let's pull some of that out. So now you can already see that there's a difference between this side and this side. You can see that it's a little darker. But Stacey, what if I want it even darker? Okay, what do you want to do? You can either put it straight onto your craft mat and almost have a dry brush and pick that up and pull that in and pick that up and pull that in and pick that up and pull that in. I've still only used one marker. Now look at it. Ho ho, right? Now we're getting way closer to here because we're just layering that color on top of each other using something that wasn't intended to be a stamp at all. It's a foil plate. So if you are thinking that you're going to want to go get a Go Press and Foil at some point in your crafting life, well, you don't have to wait. You can start getting the plates now and use them. And then when you get your Go Press and Foil, maybe for Christmas or your birthday or your anniversary or just because you deserve it, because I think we just deserve it sometimes, then you've got your plates all ready to go. But look at that. But Stacey, I want to add other colors. Okay, we can do that. Right there. Add a little bit of water to our red, kind of dilute our red down just a little bit. And let's go from the other side. And I'm going to layer a soft color of red. I'm going to layer just a super soft color of red into my yellow. Just a super soft color of red. Okay, so I told you it's a super soft color of red because then I'm going to build that color. And my black is not smearing. So now I'm going to take some of the darker red and I'm going to apply it at the top and blend it on down. So that again, you get that highlight and that definition, that detail, that intense saturation blending into a softer color. All right. Now what do you think? Okay, that's the easy peasy way. I just went over it in all one color and made it simple. I could go back and add more yellow. I mean, I have options. I have markers. They're, I don't know, $2. We sell them for $2.63 a marker. They retail for $3.49, I think. Our everyday low price is wonderful. I could go back and add a little more yellow if I wanted to, and I could just color the whole thing and add a little bit more yellow if I wanted my yellow more intense. But I'm not being careful. You see, I'm just getting in there and just putting that color all around. You can do this. I promise you, I promise you, you can do this. And so far, you've used some paper, some ink. Even if you don't do the foil stamps, you've got stamps. You can do this with the markers. It's amazing. But the foil stamps can be used for so much more than just foiling. Now I have this one here, and I was using the Tombow markers, but what happens if you have Marabou crayons? Can you do the same thing with Marabou? Hello, you sure can. I'm gonna take my Marabou crayon and I'm gonna color it straight onto my craft mat. Just like I put my marker straight to the craft mat. I'm gonna add some water. I'm gonna make it, I want this to be a nice light yellow, just like I did before, a nice light yellow, until I've got red in there from my water. And let's color, oh yeah, I do have red. Let's see if I can get a better, well, it's gonna have a little tinge of red to it. Not much to do about that. I'm just gonna go in there and get my color down. I'm afraid that's too much. Okay, let's get our color down. So this is kind of a reddy yellow. See if I do the other side. Maybe I've got my red out. Oh, that's better. I just don't want it to be too dark. I want a nice light color. And I'm just going to color my whole butterfly. So I'm just giving it a nice base, which looks more red than yellow, but we'll live with it. Then I can do the same thing. And this time, instead of coloring from there, I can take my paintbrush and I can color straight from the tip of my Marabou. And I can go in there and I can add my darker color. Oh, actually I like that. That gives me my nice yellow. I'm going to change my whole base to that yellow. Take it straight from my Marabou crayon and go in there and add my color. Oh yeah, that's more yellow. And paint straight from your crayon. Let's go in there and let's go ahead and make this one darker. So the Marabou crayons, they're not really crayons. Crayon is the word that they use in Europe, and Marabou is from Germany. So when you think in Europe, when they think of a crayon, to them that means it's a fine art watercolor medium. And Marabou they're beautiful. They're a fine art watercolor medium. But here in the United States, when we say crayon, we think of Crayola. And these are not Crayola. Trust me, these are beautiful and they are meant to blend and to layer and to add. So I did my yellow, so I got it pretty intense because I wanted it to look yellow for you. And now I'm going to take my red. Oh, maybe I'll take my blue. I don't know. Should we try blue? I haven't tried the blue. And same thing, I'm going to take it directly from the crayon, right onto my paintbrush. And I've got it a little bit lighter so that I can go back and really get it intense when I want it intense at the top. I don't know if I like my blue. My blue's not intense enough. Let's see if I can get it really good. Oh, that's better. Blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend, blend. Maybe we'll try another color on this side. Maybe we'll try the purpley pink and see what happens. So wash off my blue. Take it straight. Oh, okay. This one makes my heart happy. It's a good thing it's just paper, because most of us have lots and lots of paper to play with. So while I wasn't overly woohoo about my blue, I'm in love with this. And again, I can just blend it on down and in to that yellow. And I'm gonna actually go back, look at this. Now, although that doesn't look so bad either, but I'm gonna make this really dark at the top. And maybe I can go back with my blue and do the same thing. And I wanna make that really intense. And I'm not worrying about my lines. I'm going straight over my lines. But I wanna paint that really intense. So right now I've got it really intense, but you can kind of see a demarcation line right there, and I don't like that. So I'm gonna feather that on out. Ooh, okay. Love, 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 love. Very happy. Now let's go back and let's just try the blue, because maybe it's just not the right blue. No, I'm not feeling it. So what happens if I come in? Let's change it. Let's try some purple over the top. Because marabou crayons really are meant to blend and work together. So what happens if we just take a little bit of purple and add some purple? Am I gonna make mud? Maybe. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make mud. Well, you guys are probably saying, it was fine the way it was. Okay, not crazy about the purple either. Do I just leave it and walk away? Start again? Do I go back in and lighten it up? Did you see what I'm doing? I'm adding water to my marabou. Because with marabou, if you add water, you can almost erase it. Now I bet you weren't expecting that, were you? I'm erasing what I did. So now I'm almost back to something light enough where maybe I could start again if I didn't want to restamp. So I wasn't crazy about the blue, so I just went in there and added water, and I'm picking up the color I didn't like. And looky, I'm almost back to beginning. Voila! So let's take the red and let's try the red. It's going to have a similar look as the pink. But let's move some red in there. Oh yeah. And then let's take the yellow again. So you have options. You wouldn't be able to do that with the markers. Pick some of it up and blend it back into each other. That can't be done with the markers. That can only be done with the marabou. I got a lot of red going on. A lot of water, but I'm okay. Okay, I'm happier. Now when it dries, it'll become much more vibrant as it dries. Right now I've got a lot of water on there. But the nice thing is you have options. You absolutely have options. The marabou lets you pick back up, whereas the tombow just lets you lay it down. Why? Because this is a watercolor crayon that kind of sits on top and slowly absorbs in and gives you a little more time to work with it. Fine art medium, but that doesn't mean you have to be a fine artist. All a fine art medium means is that the quality of the product is that of a fine art. Doesn't mean you have to be a fine artist. In fact, it's kind of nice to have fine art quality products in your stash, because when you're working with good stuff, it's just like olive oil. You're cooking something fabulous, some amazing Italian dish, and you've got really nice olive oil and you've got blah olive oil. Chances are your dish is going to taste a lot better if you can get the really nice olive oil. And sometimes the really nice olive oil is only $2 more than the whole bottle of the yuck. And that's kind of how the Marabou crayons are. They're very, very affordable, very user-friendly, but many of you may already own Tombows, and they work just as beautiful, just as lovely. It's really up to you. Let's see, what did I do earlier? I did this one with the Marabous. I was playing with the Marabous with this one. So it's really up to you what you want to do. And if you have both of them, can you work it together? Can you do it together and mix and match? Sure you can. You don't have to, if you've only got a yellow Marabou, but you've got a red Tombow, yes, they'll work together. You're working with water. These are going to jive. You're going to be great. Now, that's using my lovely little foil plate as a stamp and making it look lovely. I could even come back in here, although this is the wrong color Marabou. I could even come back in here and add a different shade of yellow down here and layer it right over the top. Sure, you can use them together. Absolutely, without question. Just feather it on in. Use what you got. And if you need to buy a few, great, then buy a few. But if you have a few, well, great, then you've already got a head start. All right, now we're gonna play with glitter and this. Ooh, make my heart happy. I'm gonna start by cutting me a piece of paper. Zoop, 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 zoop. Sound effects are required at Scrapbooking Made Simple. If I do zoop, zoop, zoop to cut, you've got to do zoop, zoop, zoop to cut too. Then I'm going to take, I guess I could have cut myself a bigger piece. I was a little skimpy on that. Let me cut myself a little bit bigger piece of paper because I've got a 5-inch roll here. Well, by George, how about, voila, and voila. I've got my 5-inch roll of Stacey tape, 5, 6, either one will be great for you. It lasts a really long time. This is 85 feet of sheer happiness in an adhesive. It is very similar to a Sukwing tape. People call that a Scorpal tape. This is our brand, and we were contacted by the manufacturer who said they could do something for us because I was using Sukwing and so often. I mean, it was in every YouTube. They said, what if we could give you something a little bit longer, a little bit stronger for a little bit less money? I said, sure, hello, why not? And that's how Stacey tape, or simply defined adhesive tape, came to be. Now you saw, I just tore that right off the roll. It is rippable tape. Not terrible tape, it's great tape. But if I tell you it's terrible tape, meaning it tears, you're gonna think it's terrible tape like bad. It's rippable tape. And it's sticky, you can see it's still sticking to me. So I need to put this on something right now. There, I put it on a piece of just white paper. Now, as long as I don't take this top liner off, it can stay like this forever. You can, so that's kind of a nice thing. If you and your friends want to share the tape, if you want to, both of you split it, then all you have to do is make a whole bunch of different sizes of these. One of you can keep the roll and one of you takes these home. A jillion of them to use whenever you want, because as long as you don't peel the liner off to expose the sticky, it's good. It's good forever. So I'm going to throw my trash away, and I am going to bring over my glitter. Okay, this is a ultra fine glitter. It's not micro fine, it's ultra fine. It's the Nouveau glitter. It works beautifully. If you have an ultra fine glitter, it tends to work just as well, if not a little bit better. I am having trouble finding ultra fine transparent glitter, so we are looking to make our own because I just can't find some that is priced reasonably. I don't mind. This is the bottle of the Nouveau. This is $7.99. This is a lot of glitter. I mean, it is a lot of glitter for $7.99. So I think that this is a fine value because this will last you literally a lifetime. An ultrafine or a microfine glitter, I'm sorry, this is ultrafine. A microfine glitter is what I'm looking for, and it will work as well as this, if not a little bit better. The problem with microfine glitter is, one, there's very few companies that still make it, and two, it tends to be very expensive. For a little jar, you can pay the same price, $7 for just a little jar of microfine. Yes, it lasts a long time. I just have to feel that there's a way to find it for a lesser price somewhere. So right now, we're using the Pure Sheen by Nouveau. It is their, is it the Ice White? No, it's their diamond. This is their diamond color. It's a transparent glitter that has like a kind of a greeny finish to it. I'm gonna use take off my liner to my sticky. So you can see, I don't know if oh, there we go. You can see that it's sticky right now. Stick, stick, stick. So I have to do something with it. The minute I take the liner off with it, I've got to do something. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in my ultrafine glitter from Nouveau. I'm going to walk it down. You may have Martha Stewart glitter. So what I did is I just walked it down. I let gravity do the work for me. I scooped it up on one side, and then I just rocked it over and let it fall down and let gravity do the work so that I don't get it all over myself. And you may have Elizabeth Craft glitter, that's gonna work. You may have Glitter Ritz, that's gonna work. You may have Martha Stewart glitter. If it's an ultra fine or a microfine, that's going to work. Then you're gonna wanna take your mop brush and you're going to wanna brush some of the glitter off. And you're gonna keep it all in your bowl. For your transparent glitter, I recommend getting a Tupperware and just dumping it in the Tupperware so that you can work right over that Tupperware. Now I have to burnish this, and that means that I have to rub it. Now I'm not going to rub it so hard that I'm going to put a hole in my paper, but I'm also not going to rub it like this. Usually when I'm doing the make and take out in front, I'm talking while I'm doing this. And this is my burnishing. I'm just going back and forth, and anything that has not cemented into the adhesive tape is going right back into my bowl. And this is my burnishing, and that way I can be burnishing and explaining what we're doing all at the same time. And then I can put one more dusting back in my bowl. It's not all over my hands. It's kind of, well, the ink is, but the glitter is not, nor is it absolutely everywhere on my craft mat. Ultrafine and microfine glitter are nice that way, especially when using them with an adhesive tape. They don't make a mess. Now you can't just use any adhesive tape. It's not the dollar store type of adhesive tape. You need to use something of quality. So like I said, Sukwing tape works great. My tape, the Simply Defined tape, works great because it's got the strength to hold and it won't flake off, and that's what's really important. Now we're going to be I'm going to put this there right now. We're going to be foiling straight on top of the glitter. Serious, right. I'm going to foil right on top of the glitter with my lovely little butterfly. So I need to bring my Go Press and Foil machine over. And I have got it plugged in. And you can see that it's plugged in because it's got a red light. But to turn it on, you have to press that button. You do. And that's what starts the heating element. And that's all this machine is a heating element. This is a non-stick surface that's going to get hot, and it's going to transfer heat into our plate, which is then going to transfer foil when we run it through a Big Shot machine or a Cuttlebug machine or a Spellbinders Platinum machine. It's really up to you. As long as your die cutting machine will take something, a thick die, like a steel rule die, like a Tim Holtz Alterations die, it will take a Go Press and Foil. Now, I know it's not ready. I know it's not hot enough yet. So I need to let this warm up a little bit. This machine does not change. My Go Press and Foil is like your Go Press and Foil, which is like your friend's Go Press and Foil. The variable in using your Go Press and Foil is what kind of die, or how old is your die cutting machine, or how often do you use your die cutting machine. This is my Sizzix Big Shot machine. You may have a big kick machine, you may have a big shot machine, you may have a platinum machine, and you may use your machine only once or twice every now and then, which means your machine's gonna be what they call tighter. It's newer, it hasn't loosened up. This machine gets a lot of love. So my machine here is a little loose. And the machines downstairs we use for the make and take, well, those get abused and it's really loose. And why am I telling you this? Because every machine is different. Every die cutting machine is different. So you have to work with it to see what shim is going to apply enough pressure that you can, oh, it would help if I put that in there. What machine is going to add enough pressure through your die cutting machine to transfer the foil? Now, our big shot machines tend to use a 100-pound piece of paper folded in half. This is my simply defined 100-pound paper, and I fold it in half. And that seems to be enough of a shim that when I put it through my big shot machine, it transfers beautifully. Your big shot machine or your platinum machine may be so brand new, you don't even need a shim. Or your machine may be black and pink and has been used, and you may need a double shim plus a single piece of cardstock on top. You have to be willing to give the opportunity to the Go Press and Foil and your die cutting machine to decide what is the right shim to use. So if you're looking at buying a Go Press and Foil and you're not willing to spend about an hour of time figuring out your shims with no expectation at all, you don't care if it comes out pretty, you don't care if it doesn't come out pretty, you just want to figure out what shims work with your machine because it's your machine that makes the difference, then don't get it. You'll be frustrated. But after about an hour, you're going to have an aha moment, if not sooner, where you've figured out the shim, and if you continue to use that shim, everything goes through perfectly. Now, eventually I'll need to replace this because this is paper, and as it goes through my big shot machine, it's getting compressed down, and so I'll need to get another 100-pound double shim and put it in there. No big deal. Now, it's turned green, which tells me that it's hot enough to go. So I'm going to grab a roll of my foil, and this is the Couture Creations foil, and you get 15 feet for $2.80. Can you use it with any of your toner cartridge type foiling machines, your laminators? No. Can you use their foil with your Go Press and Foil? No. But the nice thing is that Aussie Andrew kept the foil really, really accessible at only $2.80 a roll at 15 feet, which is a lot. So that you're not worried about how much you use. And when you buy your Go Press and Foil, it comes with 2 rolls of foil, so you get full 15 feet, so you can start playing. The only thing it doesn't come with is an actual plate. So SMS gives you a free die, a free foil plate, so that you don't have to get your machine and not have anything to play with. Now, when I use my foil, which way is the right way? Well, if this was my card and I was going to reveal it off to whomever it is, what would I want them to see? Would I want them to see this pretty, this dark navy blue? Or would I want them to see this kind of silvery, yucky metallic? I want my foil to be looking at me. If I'm making my card, what do I see? If this is your card, you want that foil, that pretty side of the foil looking at you. Then I'm going to bring my Go Press and Foil over. I'm going to open it up. I have got my plate in there with the ridges up. I'm going to put my foil down, my pretty side against it. I'm going to put my double shim on top of it, and I'm going to let it heat. I can tell you that it's not ready because it's blinking red. Red means whoa! Green means good. And what's really important is if you're going to do this again, let's say you're mass producing cards or you're making 5 or 6 of the same card. See, it's turned green. Every time you take it out, the minute you're done running it through your die cutting machine, you want to put it right back in so it stays keeping hot. If you were to walk away from this for about 20 minutes, it will turn itself off, so you don't have to worry about that. Now it says it's good. Do we chance it? Do we try it? Do we give it a whirl? Why not? I'm going to bring over my Big Shot machine. I don't need anything else except for my Big Shot machine. I'm going to pull my platform right out, and I'm going to send it right through my Big Shot machine. Now the difference is we're foiling, so you can't be running it through. This isn't die cutting. You have to go slowly. You've got to roll it a little bit slower than you would if you were die cutting. Why? Because it's not cutting, it's doing a transfer. We're transferring that foil. And I don't want to go too fast. So sing your most favorite slow song. And that will remind you not to go too fast. Usually I sing row, row, row your boat, or twinkle, twinkle, little star. And then I'm going to put this right back in so it can continue to heat, because I'm going to do this again and I don't want it to cool all the way down. I want it to continue to heat. Let's see what happened. Let's see if we were hot enough. Most often, if your foil doesn't transfer, it's that you were not quite hot enough. And I'm going to let this sit over there, and it's going to continue to blink until it gets hot enough. You can see that the impression is there, but let's pull it off and see what we get. And I have foiled on top of glitter. It's beautiful. Now sometimes the foil will be left behind in some of the places, and all you have to do is rub any excess foil right off with your fingers and it will come right off. So I have foiled on handmade glitter paper. So what's the next step? And you can keep this, it's a bit bumpy because of the glitter. And you can transfer this, and there is a YouTube to do that. I'm not going to worry about that. But now what are we going to do? We're going to color it. And this time when we use our Tombow markers, again, we can keep it very simple, but very fast. Because we're on the glitter, we don't have to go here. We can go straight to the glitter. I normally do this technique with peel-off stickers and the glitter and Sharpie markers and a Copic blender pen to pull it out. But what if you have Tombows? Can you use water to do this? Yes, you can. I'm gonna dot my ink. Can you see? I just dotted in some ink. I didn't fill the whole space up with ink, because then I'm going to go back with my paintbrush that is filled with red. My water, that's all red. I'm going to add a little bit of water to my paintbrush, and I can pull that color right out with water. And you've got an instant stained glass look. So let's do the other side. I'm just going to dot. I'm not coloring back and forth. I don't want to hurt the nib of my pen. So coloring back and forth, even though this is glitter and it's ultra fine, it's still bumpy, and that will eventually take a toll on your nib. So if you just dot your color in, and the foil is acting as a barrier, so it's not going out and all over the place. The foil is acting kind of as a resist. And then I can take my color and I can pull it out. And if I want it a little bit lighter, I can go back in and pick up some of my color with my water, because I'm on glitter. So it gives you time to move it. What do we think? Now, what if I took and I put some yellow here And let's just put it all the way around. I'm just going to put my yellow. I'm just going to fill the whole space in with yellow. Whole space in with yellow. Painted my whole space. But then I wanted to go back with my pink. And I wanted to dot some of that pink in. And then pull it out. So I've got just a little bit of pink in there. Just a little bit. But what if I wanted it more intense? Right onto your craft mat. Pick that color up right with your paintbrush and go in and paint that color right where you want it. And then pull it out. And look at the difference of the intensity. You have options. How intense do you want it to be? How light do you want it to be? Do you want to blend the colors? Do you not want to blend the colors? Do you just want to use one color? Let's go here and let's dab some pink in here. Do you just want to use one color? And because, could I dab that pink right in that swirl? And because you're mixing it with water and pulling it out, you're able to get your highlights and your tones. What do you think? And mind you, it's the foil. The foil is letting me go and do all of this without it just gushing out everywhere. The foil has made a barrier, so when I add that water, it doesn't just gush, because there's a barrier of tape and then glitter. So it's not sinking into the paper, not like it did here. This didn't gush because it was being absorbed right into the paper quickly. But here you've got that barrier of the foiling that's letting you move that ink wherever you want to do it. But you say again, I don't have the time to go in there and do each individual piece. Okay, we go right back to where we started. We add water to our yellow or whatever color makes your heart happy. And you go in and you paint your entire butterfly, the color, your base color, and you just get it right in there and paint it. And move it around. And that glitter, because it's transparent and because your marker is transparent, that glitter comes right through. So you see that beautiful glitter underneath it. It's not hiding it. So I've got my whole top of my butterfly yellow. Now it's up to me. What do I want to do? Do I want to put some more yellow down and pick that up and make it really intense at the top? Because you can. And really intensify that color. So you're starting to get some serious definition in there. Do I want to, oh, I like that. Take it on down. I probably could get it even a little darker. Maybe even going straight to. But I bet I can even get it a little bit more intense. Just by almost using a dry brush and putting it in there. Oh yeah. But what if I like other colors? What if I decide I wanted to play with some of my reds? I can put my red in there, pick it up, and put it right on top of my yellow if I want some of them to have a little bit of a red. And I'm just kind of brushing it all over so each little piece in the center has just a little bit of red in it. I'm not spending a lot of time working on it, but I want it to have that stained glass effect. Now I've got a little bit of red in all of these. It is so easy to do, and it's wildly effective. People just absolutely, they love it. If I wanted to, let's see, what if I took my red and I made that one really watery? What if I went in and I made my red really light? And I did that on this side, so I had a super soft pink over here, or a light red. And let's just glitter the whole thing, or paint the whole thing. So now I've just got kind of a super soft salmony color. And then I could empty my paintbrush, go back in, pick up some of that darker red, and pull that in towards the top. So you can't do, if you have a Copic blender and you have Sharpie markers, you can do the exact same thing I'm doing here. You can absolutely use that same technique. But if you have Tombow markers, you can do it with water. So normally, oh, I've got a little too much water in there. Normally we use a Sharpie marker and a Copic blender. And again, that will work on this. If that's the technique that you have and you already own those tools, you can do the same thing. Just kind of blend it all together. But what if I wanted some yellow in there? Okay, let's go back and grab some of the yellow. And this time I can put the yellow right there, just right on top of that red in the front. And I'm just going right over the foil because it's acting as a resist. Maybe I want even a little bit more intense right at the body. So now I've added yellow in there. It's really up to you. What do you want it to look like? Because you have got some serious options here. You can just play until your heart is content, because the glitter's going to last you forever. The tape is going to last you a really long time. And if you've got any of the foiling plates, you're pretty much ready to go. So if you have the foil plates, I don't know, what if we added some pink to it as well? Let's see what color we get when we do the pink. Ooh. Okay, that looks good too. You really can't go wrong. You just can't. And here, remember the ones at the bottom, I just pulled the color out all by itself. I just put my color dot, 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 dot. If you wanted to do piece by piece by piece and little section by section of your butterfly this way, you can. But if you don't have the time to do that, don't worry. All you have to do is color the whole thing and then go back in and put some dramatic little accents in there. Still got yellow in my brush. And can you do this with the marabou? Sure you can. Do the exact same thing. What's nice about the marabou is that, again, you can take it straight from the brush. So let's foil one more time. So I'm gonna grab my paper. Oh, I'm gonna clean up my mess. Grab my paper. Really clean up my mess. There we go. Grab my foil. And And you can use other color foils. You don't have to use, I'm just using the dark navy because I like it. You can use the black. It almost looks like black, but it's not totally black. The black, I like the navy because it has a little bit of an iridescence to it. I think it's their dark navy is what it is, and it has that little bit of iridescence to it. I want to see, oh, I have to glitter. Well, we can't not glitter. Well, we could not glitter. Okay, let's not glitter. We could not glitter. Then we could foil and do the same thing. No, let's glitter. The glitter looks so good. If we don't glitter, we get the same look as the stamped image. Let's glitter. Because everything looks better with a little bit of glitter. And then let's cut off. And let's cut off. And we can throw that away. Let's expose our sticky. Let's put it in our ultrafine glitter. So ultrafine or microfine. Let's walk it on down and let the glitter do the work, the glitter and gravity. Tap it off. Give it a nice brush. Dollar store for your mop brush or your glitter brush. Don't spend more than $1. Burnish it to set it and make your glitter happy. I do it right over the bowl. When I'm using my transparent, easy peasy, because I like my transparent in a Tupperware. Because usually I'm doing bigger pieces when I use my transparent. And no fuss, no muss. Take my, now I cut the little corners off so that it didn't leave a little extra foil behind. Sometimes with the pressure of the machine on the corners, it will leave a little extra foil. I cut my corners off. Let's get my machine going. This is what I want to see. I want to see the navy blue foil against it, so I'm going to put that straight down against my lovely butterfly. I'm going to use my 100-pound double shim. I'm going to close it up. It's going to blink until it turns green, and once it turns green, it's good to go. I'm going to let that sit while it turns green. Oh, I have one right here. Well, okay. Well, I've got one right here that I already started. Let's play with the marabou while that one's going. So what's nice about the marabou is that you can still do your little pick up the color and paint with it. And get in there and just add your marabou color. It still works just the same. And I can add that pinky color all the way around. But then when I'm ready, so I just made a wash of the pink just to add some color to my whole little guy. When I'm ready, I can go in there and really intensify that color by picking it straight up off the paint, off the crayon, and really intensify that color. Because that's what marabou does. They're called crayons, but they're not a Crayola. Really intensify that color. Which for some, this might be an easier way of doing it. And then I can blend that color in. So now I'm starting to get the shading and the shadow. I can pull that color down. I can go grab my yellow and go in there and grab some of my yellow and come in and add some yellow to my purpley pink. and just really play. It's a butterfly. You can't do too much wrong to it. And they look beautiful because that glitter is coming through the butterfly. Looks beautiful. Okay, I heard it click. So let's pull it on out. Right out. Bring up our Big Shot machine and roll it right on through with what the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. And then once you've passed it, once you're past the plate, you don't have to go slow anymore. But sing a little happy tune, sing a song that makes your heart happy so that you remember to roll slow. Here it is. Let's pull and see what we get. And now it's foiled. And if there's a little bit, do you see there's a little bit of foil in some of these? No, there's not. It's kind of like the marabou crayon and being able to erase. No, there's not. You just kind of rub your hand over it, and anywhere that the foil did not and was not supposed to transfer, it's gone. Gosh, now what to do with this one? I think I'll just leave this one for tomorrow. All right, so we stamped with our hot foil plate. We stamped and we colored with marabou and we colored with tombos, and then we glittered and we colored with marabous and we colored with tombos. We did a whole bunch of, well, I don't know where my other one went. Oh, there it is. We did a ton of stuff. And like I said, if you already have some of this product, you can make it work together. You really can. And then I'm going to save this one, and maybe I'll do this one downstairs for the girls so they can see what I did. So I want to show you the samples because they are beautiful. And I want to show you all of the hot foil plates that are going to be at 30% off. So Stacey tape is already as low as I can get it to go. Tombow markers are already as low as we can get them. We've got them in sets and we've got them in the open stock, and our price is as low as we can possibly get them thanks to Tombow. They let us sell these markers at something close to what a really large fine art company chain online sells them for. We have the marabous that will be on sale at 20% off. And if you want to pick up a few and play with them, I think you're going to be super happy with them. They all blend and look beautiful together. And then of course we'll have the foils on sale. But let's look at the foil plates to begin with. All right, so here's plate number 1. And you can use it vertically, you can use it horizontally. There it is. So the front is always smaller. The plate usually is bigger. And here's the beautiful sample that was made with it. So there's the foiling right there. But I could have used it as a stamp. I could have stamped it up and ran it through on paper and colored in all of those beautiful roses. Then I have our tree. It's not my tree, but it's their tree, but our foiled tree. And again, there it is on the back. You can stamp with it, you can foil it. And here is the lovely sample with the tree. Then I have the background. So there it is. Turn it over. See how much bigger it is? It's like, oh my goodness gracious. And here is the beautiful sample. And here is a beautiful sample. And this one actually has the with love, which I'll get to. Then we have, let's move this one on down. Come on down. Then we have the with love that you can use as a stamp or a foil plate. And here it is with gold foil. It's gold foil on the Nouveau glitter. Gold foil on the Nouveau glitter. And remember, as long as you have an ultrafine or a microfine, Stampendous, Martha Stewart, Elizabeth Crafts. Then we have another border. And here's the size of it. And this time we stamped with it and we colored. So here we stamped the border and then we fussy cut it out and we colored it. And then we used Happy Birthday as a tag with foil on the glitter. Super cute. And then we have that same die foil plate on both sides, back to back, to make this card, and the with love. Okay, then we have the damask, which is different than my damask. My damask was an all over. This is just a solid damask. And our card sample with the damask. Isn't that lovely? So pretty. Then we have our, I gotta find the best wishes. Then we have our flourish. That can be used a couple different ways. There it is. But here is the card with it. How gorgeous is that? I don't know what they're calling it, a swirl or a... Because to me this is more of a flourish here. And they're all going to be 30% off. Here it is on the back. And there's our card sample, and they doubled it. Used it twice and fussy cut it out. And here's our Happy Birthday, which we've already shown on one of the others with glitter. There's our Happy Birthday. And here is our card, foiled. And then here is our special day. Special day on the back. And then we have it foiled on the glitter. And we have it just foiled on white paper. Then, we're getting there. And then we have congratulations. Look at how beautiful is that, congratulations. And here we have one sample of congratulations. And two samples of congratulations. And then we have thank you. And on the back. And then we have one sample of thank you. And another. Here we have our little branch. And on the sample, they doubled up the branch and fussy cut out. So you've got the branch a couple times and then just trimmed around the outside. And then we have our best wishes. And we have our glittered best wishes done with a gold foil on the glitter. And then our best wishes, and it was fussy cut out. Last but not least, we have our butterfly. And sample number 1 of our butterfly. How pretty is that, right? And that's using the glitter, the foil, the must-haves. We foiled and glittered the thank you. We colored it in. How pretty is that? And then another one that's absolutely beautiful. Same thing. We did the background with the background foil plate, but then we foiled the butterfly. We fussy cut it out, and we used the glitter and the Tombow and Marabou to color it. How pretty is that? And then we've got our butterfly just foiled on the last 2. All right, you guys. I know it was long and I know there was a lot of technique there and a lot to say, but I'm hoping, and I'm gonna scroll, oh, nope, back. I'm gonna scroll back. I'm hoping you're still with me and that you learned something new and that you saw another way to use what you already may own. If you don't have a Go Press and Foil machine, but you think that there's going to be a time where you might want to get one, these plates are limited. We only have so many to sell. They're at 30% off, and you can use them as a stamp for now and do everything I did only on paper. And if you were afraid of glitter before, you saw how it can be non-messy. And if you didn't know you could color on glitter, well, now you know. And if you have a Copic blender pen and you have Sharpie markers, you can do everything I did with those. But if you don't, or you want to play with the Tombows, because you do get, there are 90 colors of Tombow markers, I mean, you have a huge array of colors, then you can play with those as well. And the Marabou crayons are beautiful. They just are beautiful. They give you such an intensity and a vibrancy that is amazing. All right, it's me, Stacey. You're going to find all of this stuff here in our retail store at Scrapbooking Made Simple or online at scrapbookingmadesimple.com. I will see you next week.